Hey guys, I hope y'all are having a great day today. So we're going to be doing a quick and easy 5-minute makeup tutorial, but it's going to be a realistic 5-minute tutorial. So it is going to be timed so that you can see exactly how long it takes me, and you will see that I will go over 5 minutes by just a little bit because we're being realistic here. But I will explain to you as I go through the routine why I think it's taking me a little bit longer than 5 minutes. But if you do this routine at home, it will take you, give or take, 5 minutes to do this routine. So I picked some products that I think are really great for those of us who are thinking about maturing skin. However, anybody at any age can use the products that I'm going to be using today. And I'm also going to be using a new product from Merit Beauty, who was kind enough to sponsor a portion of today's video. So thank you so much to Merit for working with me today. I really appreciate it. So for those of you out there who are new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is SonyaNicole, and I do makeup videos here, including some stuff for us 40 and over makeup lovers. So if that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe while you're here. I would really appreciate your support, and I would love to have you join the channel. Okay, y'all, let's jump right into it. Okay, I already started filming, not realizing that I wasn't recording the timer, so I'm just making sure that I'm recording this time. Okay, so now we're good to go. So you are going to see a timer up on the screen, and I am going to be stopping it when I have to explain something to you, but you'll still be able to see how long it's taking me to actually apply the makeup. So I'm going to be using a powder foundation today, so I'm starting off with my concealer. This is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer, and I wanted to use this one for today because this one gives like really good coverage. And although I wasn't like thrilled with how it wore the first time that I tried this out, I feel like I'm still kind of like testing it out, but I wanted to go in with like a really high coverage concealer for today. So normally I'll take whatever I use to apply my foundation, and I'll use that to blend out the concealer on the chin and the forehead area. And then when I switch to the concealer on the corners of my mouth, I usually go in with a brush. But for a day like today, I'm using a sponge for all of the concealer because it's just faster. So I'm just, you know, I'm either rushing to get out the house or I just want to do like a quick application. So using a sponge will just help me to blend everything out faster. And I also put a little bit of that concealer on the eyelid because I am going to be putting just a little bit of something on my eyes a little bit later on. So other than that, I'm just blending out this concealer the way I normally would. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation. So I'm using the Fenty Powder Foundation. So before I apply it as foundation, I'm going to take just a light dusting of this and just set the under eye area. And then I'm going to switch over to a bigger brush, and I'm going to use this to apply it as foundation. So just make sure with all the products that you're putting on, but especially your concealer and your foundation, you just want to be mindful of like how much stuff you're putting on your face. So only put on as much as you need to get the coverage that you want. Don't just like go packing stuff onto your face. So you definitely want to put most of your foundation like where you want the most coverage, and then you want to sheer it out everywhere else. So for me, I always put the majority of my foundation on the cheek area because I have a lot of acne scarring right there, and then I kind of sheer it out everywhere else. And then even though I have a lot of acne scarring on the cheeks, I like to just build up my foundation to medium coverage and then just stop right there. So next we're going to go on to the brows. So this is the area for me where I do have to be a bit more realistic because this might take my routine a little bit over 5 minutes. So, and I feel like that might be the case for a lot of people. So it just depends on what you're naturally working with and then what you want your brows to look like. So for me, even when I'm doing like a full face of makeup, I don't really like very precise, very sharp looking brows. I just think they look a bit more natural when they don't look super precise. So I'm basically basically going to be doing my brows the way that I normally would. I'm just not going to be paying like as much attention to detail, I guess. So I would say just use whatever you normally use for your brows, because you're going to be able to work faster with that product. So for me, that would be powder. I know everybody likes using brow pencils. I just prefer powder. So this is the ABH Brow Powder Duo, and I'm just going to fill my brows in with this. I'm going to concentrate mostly on the tail because I basically don't have one. And then I'm just going to just brush through the areas that I think are like the most sparse and just like fill them in. And then this particular brow over here does need a little bit more work. So I feel like this one might take me a little bit more time, even though I'm not trying to be like as precise as I normally am. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a little brush and just like brush through them, and then that'll help them look just a little bit more groomed. Okay, so if you want your brows to look more precise than this, then just remember that's obviously going to add more time to your routine, but I'm going to stop right here. So next we're going to move on to bronzer. So when I'm doing a full face, I like using blush and bronzer because I just love how blush just like wakes up the face. And then for me, bronzer is that step that just kind of like brings everything together. But on a day like today, if you're rushing to get out of the house, or if you just want to eliminate some steps because you just don't feel like doing a full face, if you want to pick and choose between blush and bronzer so that you're not doing both, I would say to choose bronzer. But if you can, pick a color that can maybe double serve as both blush and bronzer for you. So if you have one that is very red in color, or maybe has like a little bit of orange in it or something like that, use a color like that. So for me, I'm going to be using a blush, or a bronzer rather, that's like one of my new favorites. So this is from Vesca Beauty. This is the Soft Matte Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Kiss by Cabo, and you can see like it has like a good amount of red to it. So I feel like this can kind of serve as blush for me too. So I'm going to start off by applying this the way that I normally would apply my bronzer. I got it all in my hair just now, but no big deal. So I'm just applying it the way that I normally would, but when I go down to my cheek area, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit further than I typically would for my bronzer, kind of like where I would also put my blush. I don't want it to go too far down, but I do want like just a little bit of something on my cheeks as well. Then I'm also going to hit like my jawline area. And then I'm going to switch to another brush just to lightly get my nose. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just soften that back out. And then I'm also just going to kind of dab everywhere just to make sure everything is nice and blended in. I almost forgot about my eyes, so I'm also going to take a little bit of this bronzer and just kind of deepen out my eye area a little bit, just to give this a little bit of color and dimension up here. And I know I'm getting really close to 5 minutes if I'm not already over, but we're almost done. My hair is getting in my way. Okay. Okay. So that just gave me just a little bit of dimension like in the eye area. So next we're going to move on to finishing up the eyes with some mascara. So normally I would use both eyeliner and mascara, but on a day like today I just feel like I don't need eyeliner. So I'm going in just with some mascara, and I would typically put like maybe 3 coats on my top lashes and just kind of brush the mascara over the lower lashes. For the lower lashes I'm pretty much going to do the same thing, but for the top lashes I'm just putting on on like just enough to coat the mascara, because I don't, or to coat the lashes. I just don't need for my lashes to look quite as dramatic as I would if I'm doing like a full face of makeup. So I'm going in with the ColourPop Act Natural Mascara, and I'm just gonna coat the top lashes. And this mascara is really good for quick application because it's really soft. Okay, so we're just a little over 5 minutes already, but we're almost done. We're gonna finish everything off with some lips. So I'm gonna be using one of the new shades from Merit Beauty's Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil. So this one is in the shade Taupe, and I decided to get this particular shade because I think this is gonna be a really nice like everyday shade for me. But they have 4 new shades in this lip oil, so I'll put up a picture of all of the shades so that you can see it. If you want to check out these new lip oils and the new shades, I'll have an affiliate link in the description box. If you use the link, you will save a percentage off of your purchase, and then I'll get a small commission off of that sale. So you can check these out, or anything that Merit Beauty has. So 2 of the main ingredients in here are rosehip oil and grapeseed oil. So those are the 2 ingredients that really help to make this like really soft and supple on the lips. For those of y'all who are familiar with my channel, you know that I love the NYX butter glosses. These are very similar to the NYX butter glosses. So I'm gonna finish everything off with this. And this is a lip oil, so I'm thinking, I tried 2 of these, 2 other shades in this, and I know that they just kind of tint the lips. Yeah, and this one is pretty much the same thing. So this one is just basically just enough to just kind of like take away that natural pink that I have going on my lips, and it just feels really, really soft. Like I love just rubbing my lips together when I put these on. These are really, really nice. So this is what the shade Taupe looks like on me. Okay guys, here is my completed quick and easy 5-minute fresh face. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. So I know I went over 5 minutes a little bit. I made it to 5 minutes and 37 seconds, but just remember we are being realistic here. So for me, I think it was the brows that kind of put me over the 5-minute mark, but there may be some other areas in this routine where if you try it for yourself, you may have to spend a little bit more time doing certain things to get it to your liking. But if you do this routine, it should take you somewhere around 5 minutes to get a look similar to this. So thank you again so much to Merit Beauty for working with me today. I really appreciate it. If you guys like this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel before you head out, and I will see y'all back here for my next one. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.